I'm Peter with Pro-Life Unity and ProLifeNews.tv, and I'm standing in front of the Planned Parenthood abortion mill here in Washington, D.C. on 16th Street, and I'm with Dick Retta. Dick, you're a person who's come out here for a little while. How long have you been coming out to this place?
Well, about 5 years now, and I usually come on Wednesdays and Saturdays, about 3, 4, 5 hours, depends upon how long. If there's a possibilities of women coming out and change their mind, I'll hang around. Hopefully they might come out, and I've gotten a lot of saves. I heard about saves, so you never know. Through prayer and everything, you never know when you're going to get a save, and unless you hang around, you don't know all the saves you get.
You say the word saves so easily and casually. For folks who don't know what a save is,
well, it's a woman who changes her mind from having an abortion.
And that does that happen fairly frequently or very infrequently?
I would say not too frequently. Really, the percentage of saves that we have is really small. It's maybe 3 or 4%.
That's still substantial.
Well, it's great. We think it's great. We get, the records that we've been keeping for the last 7 years, we've had over 650 saves in the Washington area. So that is really good.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
And I think perhaps people don't know that there are actually that many women who might want to go into a place like this and then change their minds. And speaking of which, you only have a short amount of space here where you can encounter a woman, and obviously you can't handcuff her and take her away.
No.
What do you say to get a woman to change her mind and have her child?
Yeah, well, we never block the woman. That's one thing, and we never do any touching of the woman. So we just have to persuade her through various information that we have, and usually the approach is to tell the woman that she's in danger, that we have help for her, that she doesn't have to do this, and explain the harm that's coming to her, that could come to her, and then we go into she stops and talks. Then we get around to talking about the baby, the horrible things they do to the baby, that it's her little boy, her little child, girl, and it's horrible. They grow, they tear the baby to pieces, they grind the parts down to garbage disposal, put them in the trash, sell it for baby body parts. So you tried. It's a horrible thing, but we've got to get them thinking about what they're doing. So, and now one of the things is that I guess, like I said, most of the women coming in are very adamant about having an abortion.
Yeah.
So it's hard to talk with them.
Yeah,
they will talk.
It's not like they're walking casually and looking around. When they come up to this place, they're determined to walk into that door, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right, they are. And they're under a lot of pressure to have that abortion. And there's so much pressure on them in their home or with their peers and so on, so that they the thinking is that, well, they want to get that baby out of them, get back to a peaceful, normal life, and that's what they want to do. And so it's hard to talk with many of these women. They just don't want to, get out of my way, leave me alone, mind your business. But what we do get is the women on the fence. There's many women on the fence. And that's where we get our saves from. That's my belief. We get all our saves from the women on the fence. We're really waiting here. We talk to every woman coming in, but we're hoping to get that woman on the fence that is willing to stop and talk and ready and could change their mind.
So a woman that would come here and might feel insecure, unsure, pressured, really doesn't want to do it. But then all of a sudden, there's folks like you out here saying, you don't have to do this.
Right.
There's an alternative.
Yeah.
You can kind of probably see that when it happens, can't you?
Oh, yeah, you can, yeah.
It's like, do they pause for a second? You must know that, wow, I have an opportunity to help this woman.
Well, there was a save the other day, last Wednesday, that the woman never got out of the car. She was asking about where she could park here, and then I asked the question, was she going into Planned Parenthood? She said yes. Was she did of abortion? She said yes. So in talking with her, she started crying. And then after a while, I mentioned a whole lot of things, some of the things I just mentioned right here. But then I asked the question, look, you don't really want to have that abortion, isn't that right? She says, no, I don't. So we believe that no woman really wants to have an abortion deep down. Their maternal instinct tells them to protect that baby. Mm-hmm. But again, with all kinds of pressure and the culture the way it is, it's easy for many of them to just cave in.
Yeah.
And very often it's the mother will put pressure on them, you know.
Oh, really?
You know, you got things like, that was a real experience. 16-year-old girl that's pregnant, she doesn't really want to have that abortion, but the parents are saying, if you want to keep the baby, you're out of here. So there's a 16-year-old girl going to school with a baby on the street, so she caves in, you know.
Yeah.
Whether they would follow through with that, threat is something else.
Right.
We do when women tell us that, we try to tell them one of the things. Well, you know, don't worry too much about that. But, you know, because I think once you have that baby, your mother's going to think differently, and so we've seen some of that. Mm-hmm. But you can't be sure. And at that point, they're scared.